Welcome back to another episode of the Put Me On Something podcast. I am your host, Alejandro Gomez. You can call me Dro. And hold up, don't interrupt me, man. I ain't finished it. Just kidding. Go ahead now.
Sorry, Jefe.
Jefe.
Hermano mayor. Oh, my bad. So, I am Eurosan. For those of you who don't know me, those of you that you do, my name is Eurosan. No, AKA, I don't know.
AKA Mr. Snatch You Up. AKA Young Getting It. AKA The Kid Finesse. AKA Finesse the Kid. AKA Mr. Finesse. AKA I could go on, but you know.
No. Anyways, yeah, appreciate you guys.
Tuning
You are
in.
now tuning into the Put Me On Some podcast. Excuse my stutter. Just got off work. Unfortunately, still have one of those.
We're both tired, you know, a little slumped up. It's a Wednesday, not Friday, how we usually shoot, but
yeah, we usually shoot at the Arizona studio with the boys.
But
you know,
bad
Artemis
news
and Kenji.
Bad news on that. The stew's no longer available.
Well, for right now, yeah, we unfortunately lost the studio due to legal reasons.
A hurricane.
Yeah, shit came through.
Tornado.
only spot in Mesa.
Tornado. Only hit the stew.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't go to work, right?
Sorry, can't go in. Told Caddy I can't clock in.
Yeah, we use Kronos.
Oh man, but this is a sitcom. Just doing it here in the crib.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. It's actually nice. It's very
Very
work
mood.
from home. You know, still be productive, still do something, still keep up with you guys. You know, this might be a new thing we can do, whether or not with the studio, just so we want to be more consistent with, say, like current stuff and shit, or you know, just when we want to get things going a bit more.
Yeah, but it's Wednesday, so we can't even. Well, I don't even drink on Wednesday, so I don't even want to grab any little sips. You know.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little different today.
Sober
podcast. You know, usually we're a little slumped up, and I don't. You know, I know this. I don't know if my voice changes because I'm drinking.
Maybe.
I'm more reluctant. I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? Man?
True. Maybe more relaxed. It's not like fucking excuse me, like and it's not like Freon or something. You're like, I don't know why people were doing that in middle school, high school
times.
I might have indulged through peer pressure and convincing. It didn't take much peer pressure.
Hey man, try this. Okay.
But yeah, do not condone that in any form of way. I'm not even saying. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Don't even do it.
Stay away from drogas.
Yeah, just stay away from that stuff.
Droguitas, you know. But anyways, how are we doing today? How you doing, my boy?
Pretty good. Just like I said, work. Hit the gym pretty good. And then I came home. That's pretty much it. Like just organized some stuff.
Organized crime, yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
Now I'm tired. I'm slumped up right now, but
what about you?
I'm here echándole ganas.
Échale ganas, mijo.
Échale ganas, mijo. Ponte las pilas. Nah, yeah, I'm good. I'm tired. I'm just trying to get this going. I mean, we're not gonna be able to do in the studio more, so I'm gonna try to see what I can do during the weekdays.
Yeah. So unfortunately, like we said, yeah, we're not probably gonna be at the studio anymore unless some miracle comes down from Earth.
It's a miracle. They
Yeah,
didn't shut down.
but we're still gonna be up and active. We're still gonna be doing things. We're still gonna work with other people. It's just that we're basically in the midst of relocating, and we already know where. But the spot we're going to now is temporary. So hopefully we find something better. You know, and we progress. And you know, I feel like me personally, I've progressed so much that you know what, forget it, fuck it. Wherever we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna get this going.
Shit, we're in a bedroom. You know,
we're in Dro's stew right now. Droski Stews.
Yeah,
studio. Man. But anyways, let's get to the topics, man. I got a little topic for you. I had two, but I don't remember one of them. But
tell me.
You know, like, how do you feel about like? Well, you know how people like we had friends that are privileged, you know, like Latino. I'm gonna say with us like Latinos, you know, because you always like hear Latino hate like from the last podcast.
Oh yeah,
but would you say that we're privileged, right? Not like we're rich, but we've had like always like stuff like a roof over our head, food, you know, resources and stuff like that. And then we've all had homies that had at least less than that.
Yeah.
And then they would hate on the, hey man, at least you have this and that, you know, type of shit.
Yeah, whether they have less or they have more and shit. You know, we grew up with all kind of variety of stuff. You know, those that had you know, up and comings like different than ours, similar to ours, more or less. You know, and then I don't know. Like, are you asking me like, do you think we consider us
for example,
pretty privileged?
For example, like if a parent can afford to give their kid whatever they want, and I mean it doesn't like, oh, do not just give it to them, but like, you know, they earned it and they can give them like a car or a full ride to school and stuff like that. Like because their parents are, you know, they're well off and they can afford all that.
Yeah.
And then they have the friends like, oh, your parents can get you this. Why are you complaining? This type of shit, you know? Because we've had friends that are like that, you know, or people that are like that too, like that are well off, and then they get clowned on. Oh, you're good with it. Why are you complaining? And then they bash on them for like being like privileged, you know, because they're well off, you know, their parents are doing good for them, so the parents can afford to get them the stuff that they want. And the people, like the friends that are like less fortunate, always like clown on them, like, oh, this and that. Your parents get you whatever you want.
Oh, you talking about like when us Latinos bash other Latinos
for being more
well off and shit?
Yeah, that type of shit. Like you know, for example, like if we were going back to like, you know, our dad's from Mexico and our mom's from Salvador.
Yeah.
So like we were to go back to visit family. They'd be like, "Oh, yeah. you're from over there,
the states.
You can afford to get us this."
I've heard that a lot from first generation Latinos, that when they go to, like, you know, Mexico, or their parents' homeland.
Shout out Colima.
Yeah, they get a lot of shade for it, or like sneak dissing, and then, you know, it's not always like that. Not to say every situation's like that, but they've experienced it from one time or another, or all the time, or every now and then, or even from like the deals or something. You know. Not to say every engagement's like that, but I've heard that a lot with a lot of first generations, you know. And then I've heard plenty too that some first generations here deal with the issue of family members from, you know, the homeland only hitting them up when they need something.
The money?
Yeah, or an excessive amount for like a quinceañera or something like that, you know. And it's each his own. Like, I don't know these situations. I personally have never really been in that kind of situation. Unfortunately, like, we never really got the privilege and shit. I mean, not the privilege, the blessing to know our family from back from the homeland and stuff like that. You know, I really wish we did when we were coming up and stuff. But we didn't, so we kind of don't have that. But I've always heard that since a kid. You know what I mean? Even from the parents, they're like, oh, so and so from back home's hitting me up for money and shit. Yeah, yada. Or they only hit me up when I have money, or when they need money and shit. Yeah. So that's probably one good factor to add to your question and shit. But yeah, like as far as us. Deadass, like, yeah, you know.
Let's not do it towards us, because we're not well off. Like, we can't afford certain things, and then we're not.
Because exactly. So for me, I'm just gonna say, like, for us, like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, just being here, being born here alone and being a citizen is a blessing and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of pros and like a lot of benefit, a lot of things that come to it, and then there's a lot of realization and self awareness I had to come to at one point and shit. I just didn't realize that, hey, you know, technically you being a citizen was, like, you know, a huge blessing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll say it myself, just like I've done it before, where, you know, us as first generation, we've kind of taken that for granted. And I'll admit it myself, you know, there's been moments like that for sure. And, you know, just, you know, kind of just learning more is like, all this is like, for me personally, is self-awareness in like the last fucking 5 years or so.
Yeah. But I want to go off on it, like, cause I was thinking about it today at work. I'm like, cause we had moments where our parents could afford to give us like certain things that other like friend homies or like that. Like, not saying our homies were like poor or anything like that, but like sometimes, you know, like we've had our times when our mom, or I mean specifically our dad, because our dad's like, he's a business owner, he is well off, and he could afford us to give us certain things that are harder to get, because you have to like really like work your ass off for this and that. So I always remember like, oh, you got this, you got that. Like sometimes I would get like kind of not backlash, but like some back talk from like homies, like, oh, you shade. Shade. There you go, my bad, shade. You got like, oh, you get this, you got this, you know, you're good, you know, type of shit, you know. And then I was like, cause I remember being in that position too, like having like other friends that are way well off, and I kind of like hate on it. But I realized, like, I got older, I more realized like their parents were
in a different situation
where they can afford to give them the stuff. So like, why even hate on them? Because the parents work their ass off to give them that, and that's the whole point of like being a parent, and, like, especially here in the States, where you like when you have kids, you want to be well off so you can give them the stuff that they want, like you can have, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, why even like hate on that type of shit, you know?
Yeah, especially that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That's what I was telling you about in the last podcast, bro. Like, us Latinos, like, I feel like us as a whole, as Latinos, and
especially
stuff.
Especially with like Latinos, and like it is like a lot.
We hate on each other. Like, there's a lot of negativity to each other for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know. That's one thing I just like about, like, not just my people, like, you know, like from where, like, our parents, like yeah, not just, but like us as Latinos, bro. We hate on each other a lot.
No, we do.
We're divided a lot.
Yeah,
and I'll say it again, like, I love my culture and I love my people, but it's like we fight each other for the littlest things, for the most prideful things, to big things. And at the end of the day, I'll say it again, bro. Like, when it comes down to it, like, to the white man, to the man, we're just Mexican. Like, it doesn't matter if you're Puerto Rican, doesn't matter if you're from Peru. Bro, when you're like, I don't know when are people gonna realize, bro, they think we're just Mexican. If you speak Spanish, you're Mexican in this country.
Yeah.
You know how many times, like, a lot of people take that as an offense, when they're not Mexican and stuff. Us being like, quote unquote, like mixed. Like, I never really took that as an offense, but like a lot of people that like say, hey, Guatemalan, like, say are good people, Artemis and Kenji, they're full Guatemalan. Both parents are from Guatemala and shit. Mm-hmm. And they get called Mexican since they were a kid. It's a common mistake here in America, in Arizona and shit. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, the white man thinks we're all Mexican and we're over here divided.
Because
like,
the white man.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Put that little clip in. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm saying, like, we're fighting each other for what? Like, I love the culture and I love the pride. I love the pride. Everyone should be somewhat prideful and shit, I feel. Yeah. But, like, we're divided, and at the end of the day, they label us as the same.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strength in numbers, conclusion.
That Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the together. Planet of the teens.
Ape alone, weak. Together, ape strong, and something like
But the Spanish translation and the subtitles are like super shitty.
I know. Oh man. Also too, because I've heard, because we've never had to send money back. Because honestly, like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we didn't.
And then because our family was like, I don't know, they're mostly all over here now,
Yeah, and then or they, like, we're really connected with the family over here.
Yeah, but
shit.
For example, let's say with our mom family, like, we've never had to send, like, I don't remember mom or like our tias sending money back to, like,
a couple of times. Only when it was like crazy ass scenarios, like, like a funeral and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But like, what do you think about, like, when people from here, they come over here, like, obviously to get a better life, and then they work and everything, but they send money back.
Yeah.
And then come to find out that people that they use the family that they send the money back to, they're not even using it to better themselves. They're just using it to, like, go get drunk, or party and stuff like that.
And then unfortunately that's the fortunate reality, and that's only like not to say at all that that's every scenario, but that's something that happens and stuff. And I mean, it's a blessing to be able to send money back to your people, to anybody, in any situation. But like a perfect example of that, one thing I've heard a lot is that, like, they're sending money back to their brother, which is someone steal, back home in, like, Mexico, whatever, Guatemala, and then because they're investing in the terreno, the classic terreno, to build up their little home and all that stuff and shit.
Yeah.
And to come to find out they weren't even really investing all that money, or let alone making it, or let alone took over that land and shit. Mm-hmm. I've heard that a lot. And then we've had not to even get into it, but we had that stuff, the classic terreno arguments too, since we were kids. And then,
terrenos.
Yeah, But hey, no, I guess that is generational wealth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, that's one classic thing in the Latino community.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know if my mic's too loud and shit.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see it's peaking.
Nah, it's just, I think it's your headphones. No, you're good.
All right, cool, my bad. My bad, guys. But going back to what I was saying and shit, like, yeah, like, I don't know. I think it's a blessing and a curse,
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just adjusting it. Keep yapping away.
Hold on, let me timestamp this.
Yeah. All right, we're good. All right. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, like, I always thought it was like a slap in the face to have like a family member come over here, and like everybody comes over here, to better themselves and obviously to help the people back home. But to have someone come over here and then work their ass off, and then how it is. It sucks working out here. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But to have someone come out here and then send money back, and then just to have them find out that the family over there is wasting,
or like doing whatever God knows what with it, or giving it away themselves too.
Because you would send it back usually all like for food, water, it's like essentials, or maybe to like build a home or buy terrenos and stuff like shit.
Or like
buy land,
special things and shit.
But if they're just out there like wasting it, drinking and partying and just not even using it for who knows.
Not even just partying, who knows what? They're just spending it themselves and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, like the like they'd be sending money back for like the terreno and shit to maintain it, and they weren't even maintaining it and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a lot of cases. There's a lot of stuff I heard a lot of and stuff. But yeah, like I feel you. Like that's pretty heartbreaking for some people and shit.
Yeah.
You trust someone and then they just blow your money or do knows God what with it and shit. I've heard homies have that when they went to jail and shit. And they came out, they put the money, they trusted their money to be into their mama, their tia's hand or their girls, and then they come out and then the money's gone.
Oh, damn.
Gone. Not even like on no baby mama shit. Like the money's gone, bro.
She ain't no Gucci baby mama. I think he like gave her what, like $1 million or $2 million or something, somewhere around there.
And she flipped
it, and when he came out, he had like way more money.
Yeah. See, and in some cases that happens for people and shit. Yeah. Other cases, they come out with nothing and shit. And I don't think every state like gives you money when you like step out, because in some states they give you a little bit of cheese when you step out and shit. Mm-hmm. It's really not like anything. Shit, I'm not saying they should get more. I mean, shit. I honestly, they should get more and shit. In some states they get like $100 when they step out of prison. Honestly, you should give them at least $5 and shit. They get so much money per person. What's $500? I'm not rewarding anyone's actions. I'm just saying, like, this
here you did 10 years, here's 10 bands.
Yeah, like a band per year, motherfucker. Not going to jail on purpose.
Now I can pay for my first semester in college.
For real. Knowledge. But yeah, we should definitely like finesse. And that's the whole thing with the prison system, bro. It just fucks you up and gets you set up to come back.
Yeah. Not cool.
Not cool and shit.
Oh man. What about you? Any topics you want to talk about, my boy?
Nah.
Oh yeah, my bad. Shout out. I'm just kidding. No, I want to talk about another topic. Cause we both, I don't know. You mentioned we've talked about your job and past jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like toxic
work environments.
Toxic work environments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about that. You know what I mean? Cause.
Oh, like
I'm not trying
work drama.
Yeah, work drama. Not saying where I'm at drama. It's just like. My job is so easy. Like, I like my job, and it pays decent. But I don't think anyone's going to hear this. But I just don't like how people, like, like, when people get up in the position and they change and they flip and they fuck up everything for, like, everybody else,
Yeah.
They start making it harder and like, shit, like, for the people below,
Yeah, and then, no, that happens a lot, too. Sometimes, in some cases, like in a corporate sense, if someone's promoted to manager, they move them to another location so they don't have connections to like friends and stuff like that. Or in another case, when management people are coming up, they change the setting up so people will quit, or they just fire them so they can have a whole new set of people so they can pay them less and fuck them over more.
Yeah,
that stuff.
Have you ever been in a situation like at work, a situation when you thought you're like they were setting you up to get fired? Or like they're setting you up to like pushing you till you can quit?
Oh, yeah. I had one job where they were just doing this constant bullshit where it's like, it was deliberate. It was like thing daily, like not even weekly, daily. Like, hey, we're cutting your hours. Hey, you got to do this. Or, hey, just so many elaborate details that where it's like, there's no way this is bad management. This is someone sitting down.
It doesn't, because you would know when someone that doesn't know how to manage a place, you would know, because like, they don't know. I
mean, things were running smoothly before. Yeah. So how is it like like this? It's like deliberate detail where it's like, there's no way this is just bad management. Someone's sitting down and saying, how can I push these people to the limit so they quit so I don't have to fire them? Because there's a lot of benefit they gain out of it.
Because, look, at my current job, I'm not, like, I don't want to talk about it because I'm still there, but,
no one might hear this.
Yeah, no one's going to hear this, but at least not the people there. But I feel like a lot of people have quit within the last few months. Mm-hmm. Like, the last few months, Mm-hmm. And then it's because of like the upper management and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Is there new people in upper management or no?
It not anymore. It's already been a while. But like, I mean, they just when I first started, it was so easy. The job was so chill, and the people that were there, they were so easy. So I would actually like, this job ain't nothing. I would go in and get the job done and clock out, and like, it's not even that hard,
Yeah.
And then how people come and go, and then people move up and they become management or leads and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It changes everything. So then like it started changing shit for us, and then like people like they weren't fucking with like the people in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't fuck with the people like when that started off with you, and then they go up and then they completely change and they change everything for like the people, and then everything seems harder.
Yeah,
shit like that. So now it's different, So it's been like that for a while, and then what I'm trying to say that people have quit throughout the years because of certain people, the like upper management, they like make it harder for people. They micromanage, and then type of shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So people get upset and they just quit, And I see people walk out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I stuck with it because this job is so easy. But like, there's been times I'm like, fuck this, I'm just gonna leave,
Yeah, you're like, fuck it.
But like, it's just like dumb. Like, I don't understand like why you gotta just because you got up, you gotta fucking change everything up and make it hard for people. This job is so easy. And there's no need to be on top of people. Like, people just get in there, they work. People that
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, because I know what I'm doing. I'm just get in there and I work, and then I clock out.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to a few people here and there, and I say, say to myself, And then the position I'm at, the same other people too. They just get in, they clock in, they do the job, and they clock out. You know. But there's like little things that like the upper management do, like they like micromanage, like don't be doing this, don't be doing that. Like it's just like little shit that doesn't matter, you know. So then it makes it harder, and it just makes it not even look forward to go to work and type of shit, you know.
Yeah, all that micromanaging shit, even at anyone positions, always like gotten on my ass. And then I've had that people with the, I've had that with some incidents with people, especially for some reason it's always like the older staff that's in the same job title as you. They always try to micromanage, from my experience. And then I just like sometimes I don't even bother arguing. I don't even bother arguing with people or something. I just just don't say anything. I literally just don't say anything. I just continue doing the job. I just don't say anything.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, I do.
Or sometimes I might just tell them, like, "Oh yeah, I know."
Yeah. The same. Yeah. Because it's not even worth like trying to argue with them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they come up to you and they're like, "You be doing this, you be doing that." I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, I got you. And then I'm like, whatever, like, no point of arguing with you. Like, I'm just you're gonna have to see you every day, so it's gonna be weird, you know. But might as well just do it and get out of their.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not radar confrontational. It's like to a certain extent, but then I understand some people just like, you know what, get off my ass, which I feel that because, you know, like who wants someone micromanaging you? And then especially when people get all like that when there's the higher up around, they shut up, bro. We've been doing the same job.
I know, we know nothing's changed, you know.
Yeah,
just little rules here and there.
I just ignore them and stuff, or I might just say something. I'll match their level, and I might just say something witty. But I don't even like doing that, bro. That's to me like that's corny. Like, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. But
passive aggressive kind of type of shit.
Yeah, I personally don't like talking like that. It's so whack, and it's so like
we're just here to work.
It's not even fake. It just feels whack to talk like that. But I mean, hey, if it works for you, for some people it works, so just go ahead and do it. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just whack ass work environments and shit. And then I don't even want to get into that with the older staff that's been there for like 30 years, and then like I don't know. That's up to you, bro.
You know what's funny?
That's what's up.
I don't know if I told you. Like I told my girl, but like back in like before the season, you know, like November and all that shit.
Yeah.
I was in so I'm like cross trained to go like different areas, and I was helping out in a different department, you know, and then I guess they sent another dude with him. He's been there a little bit longer than me, like maybe like 3-4 years longer than I have. And then he was cool. He's a cool dude, really cool dude. And I've like I said, I stick to myself, and then I don't really like talk to people unless there's a few of them, a handful of people I talk to, and it's just a little, hey, what's up, and how you doing, this and that. And then he was one of those people. So I finally got to like work with him and like talk to him about stuff, and you could tell he was going through some shit because he was talking to me about life and shit, and then he asked me about like he was on like 2 years from retiring, you know.
Yeah.
So he had to be like he was telling me how like work like. Kind of like
he's over it.
He's over it, and then he's like, "Damn, like this is really it. You just work all this, and then you just leave, you know." And it's like, you know how it is, like pretty much just 9 to 5.
Damn, he said
he was at that point where like, damn, like I kind of saw in my head like, damn, I don't want to be at that point because like when I'm his age and realize that he was
like, about to retire age.
He retired. He said he was 60 something.
Oh my god,
closer to 2 years away.
Yeah.
But we had a talk, and he asked me, well, how old? Like how old are you? And then this and that. Like, what do you think about like working? Like, well, it is what it is. You got to get in and get out, you know. It's what it is. It's just life, you know. And we talked about it, and then the crazy thing is, like, a few days later, he quit after that talk. So I was like, what the hell? Did I convince him to quit or something?
You were that strong.
Did I get him to talk? Like, bro, quit. No, but we didn't talk about like, oh, fucking quit. I just told him like, yeah, this is life, you know. You worked here. You
already had that conversation with enough people.
Yeah, because he's been working since he was 18. He's like old. He's been to college and everything.
Real go getter.
And he told me like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm tired of this shit. This job's like, it's easy. That job's easy, but he's tired of people like telling him what to do. This and that.
Did he put it as 2 weeks or he just dipped?
I think he just dipped because he's gone.
Damn.
He disappeared.
Hopefully he's still retired like properly.
Yeah, only had 2 years. Hopefully he found something
to his goose too.
Yeah. But that's the thing too, because he was already.
He said that though. This man was about 2 years before. This man was 2 years away from retiring or so, and he said like, "Wow, is this all there is to life? Just work."
Yeah. Wow, and I was like, "Damn!"
That would break my heart if I heard.
I was like, "Damn!" Like I'm half your age, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to be at that point when I get there. But I'm saying like, he's worked like forever, so he's like gone through all that shit, and then just for him to quit because of that, and then like that, because he was at that too. He was like, yeah, I'm tired of people like here, certain people telling me what to do, like this and that, you know, because certain people like they think they're up there, so like they come up here and like think they run the place.
Yeah,
he was just tired of that shit, so he quit. Like he walked off and quit like a few days later, and I was like, I don't want to be at that age, you know, like and regret everything. Like I don't want to be at that point, like just
living with regret and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know his life, but I'm pretty sure he's lived a good life.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be at that age and realize that. I already realize that now. You know.
Yeah.
It can't be just working.
And then like you're deemed as lazy if you say some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like no, and it's not being lazy and shit.
The jobs, the trades.
Yeah.
80-hour work days. My commute. The trades. Was it? You got soft hands, brother. Soft hands, brother.
Nah, man, I'm up for a good hard day's work.
Yeah.
You know, and then like
I'm down to work hard. It's just like
I know, and that's the conversation going on with a lot of people and shit. Not even just millennials, but like Gen Z. That's why people are doing that. What that thing called? Quiet quitting, where they just work a job.
That's quiet quitting, and then it's called the supposedly it's like a title to it, like the Great Resignation, where everybody's just quitting without like.
Yeah, and then like I honestly think it's a factor of both. Some people just don't want to pay for. Some people don't want to work for low wages when it's not worth the job title, and some people are lazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's both. It's both. Now, imagine both happening at once. Of course, you're gonna see a ripple effect. You know?
Yeah.
Cause and effect to everything and shit. And then like, I mean, según, that's what they say. Oh, you work this little job and it's a starter job and shit. But it's like, you know, then we get into I don't know how deep we're gonna get into this. Then then you could argue that minimum wage is supposed to go up at the inflation and shit. Because remember I was telling you last time I saw this little like a posting of a vintage newspaper ad of a trailer home, a brand new trailer home in I think 1960. Was about $7,000, and it even had the whole breakdown of with the closing costs and everything. And it was about $51 a month for a 2-bedroom trailer house, brand new. And then 3-bedroom trailer house was like $68 a month. And then I did some deep math and researching on the average minimum wage and shit. It was like $1, $15.50, which doesn't sound like a lot. Well, it was 1950, but if you did the math, 40-hour work weeks, let's just say $1 after tax. $1, 40-hour weeks. Well, that's 40. 40 times 4, that's 80, 160. 160, and your cost of living for a whole mortgage is $50, bro. That's 130 you're living, and you still have more left and shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay, what's the average apartment right now in Arizona? It's like 1,100?
More.
11?
No. The average is like, what I've looked, it's like anywhere from like 16 to like 23
for like a 2-bedroom, right? In a decent area.
Yeah.
Decent so area. Let's just say 1,300 or some shit. Yeah. So if back then in the 1950s, a mortgage rate for a trailer house was 30% of your monthly income, that would mean the average Arizona apartment, you know, not even a trailer, would be what? So we said like 1,200, 14. Let's just say like 1,300. 1,300. So I mean, 30% of your income would be. So about like you would have to make more than $4,000 a month for it to be your 30% of your housing to be your 30%.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people aren't even like making that kind of money. That's crazy. And then we get into the whole you got to work 2 jobs and grind. I'm like, man, bro, a lot of people are all for grinding.
That's the thing that back then you could just work one job and go to school and all that stuff and still afford everything, you know?
Yeah.
Nowadays you got to work like 3 jobs, 2 side hustles, type of shit to like barely maintain, you know?
Yeah, and then you got to fucking no matter what kind of job or situation you're in, like money management. I mean, it's always important, but this one is like, bro, it's survival, and we don't get taught any of that stuff. If you don't get taught by someone you know personally or put you on game, you won't never get taught that because they don't teach that shit in school. They don't ever want you to learn how to manage your paper. And
get your bands up, blood.
Yeah, so that's why I understand when some people, whether they're active or not or have in their past, when some people would say that, hey, you know, slinging drugs taught them a lot. I can understand that shit. At least, you know, it's some form of business management, you know? So, and then it's the same sense of business management when you're doing it bad. When you got someone that's doing it bad and shit, compared to someone doing it good, it's business management. And then, like, I'm not saying this scenario is, like, okay, but I'm saying I can understand when some people say, hey, they learned a lot from it, you know? Because that's the stuff they don't teach you in school. It's not just of that subject. I'm talking about any kind of business or just proper money management for the personal, an individual, a regular day individual. And then we go back to the same topic of from the beginning of first generation and, you know, our upbringings and parents and shit. Yeah. If your parents don't know that and they can't put you on to something, it's not on. It's, you know, it's not on you. It's not on them and shit. You know, how can I teach you something if I never learned it either?
Yeah, because it's like our parents, and I'm pretty sure everybody else. Like, let's put it like our own, like Latino and Hispanic, whatever. They always teach you save your money, and they always tell you that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's true, like, you gotta save your money if you're gonna put like a down payment on a house or a car or something, type of shit like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like, from what I learned nowadays, like, I've learned a lot through TikTok. TikTok University.
Mm-hmm.
Like, about investing, not investing, but I haven't learned like about investing, but I learned about like don't save your money, like invest it. Why save your money if it's not gonna go anywhere?
Yeah, no, and I'm completely on the same page with you. And just to elaborate even more, that doesn't mean blow your money or blow all your. You can still blow all your money on investments and stuff, and this investment's not gonna come back later or might not come back for sure. We're talking about like I completely agree with you because what we mean is like not all of it has to be invested. Half of it, so a good chunk of it can be invested. Because like how Rick Ross said, to really come up, you gotta have first you get money for a rainy day, and then you get your money to re-up, and then you start working it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people can't. I understand that. Some people you don't get that rainy day money till later and shit. Perfectly understandable. But everyone should have a rainy day savings shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Or backup money.
Yeah, backup money and shit. Because then you got other money that's like sitting as investments. Other money is sitting as like inventory, and then some of it might flop. That's part of the game. That's part of life and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's easier said than done, bro. Because then going back to we're talking about the housing thing. Back then, the mortgage was 30% of your income. Now it's like fucking more than 50% for some people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One accident, your fucking transmission's fucked up. Now you're fucked.
Yeah, especially too. Like I was thinking about that too. Like what if, like, for example, what if like let's say like if you could afford a house and a car and stuff like that, it's affordable. Like you're not in debt, but you can stay a little bit afloat.
Yeah.
What happens if you break your leg or your arm and you can't work for a while? Like you don't have like PTO or no, like what's that thing called? Like if it happened at work.
Workers' comp?
Workers' comp. There
not
you
all
go.
jobs have that.
Yeah,
not all jobs.
Not all jobs have that. So like, that's happens. Like you break your leg, you can't walk, you can't work. Especially if job you have to like stand up or like move around and like pick up stuff. You're screwed. So like you gotta either look for a job or something like that, or just like figure it out because like if you're the only person that can like you're making your payments, how the fuck if you don't have like a saving or a backup money. Yeah. How are you going to be able to pay all that shit?
Or you're like the only breadwinner of the house, bro.
Yeah, like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're a single parent or like, both parents are working and like if one flops, we're all flopping type shit. That's like the unfortunate reality for a lot of people, not even just Latinos, like a lot of people in our country and shit. And then going back to what we were talking about earlier and shit, how, people, not just first generations, but the parents of first generations, so the people that migrated here and took that fucking risk. Like, you get stuck in that cycle of working a certain job. And for most people, bro, I'm not knocking it. I'm not trying to speak negatively. I'm saying the harsh reality and the sad reality and shit is that we get stuck in like this same cycle and shit. And imagine someone that only speaks one language, and then like you're stuck around in that environment where like the people in the job requires you to speak that language and shit. That one, your native language.
Yeah.
And then I'm not trying to hear people. I understand how people may say, "Oh, we'll learn the language."
Yeah.
Bro, they would love to, but imagine coming here in the 90s, and then compared to now is a different argument. You got cell phones. You could teach yourself everything on the phone. You got TikTok. Stuff. Yeah. But I'm talking about imagine coming here before the internet, and then having to get in survival mode. Most people touch down with people they already know, right? So family, that's established. Some people straight up know nobody. What are you gonna do realistically? Be surrounded by your people that speak your native language and shit. And then what happens next? You get a job that most likely requires that. And like I said, most people would probably love to learn the language and shit. But imagine this: you don't have resources. Imagine this: you don't have the access to really access it, or the free money to spend on that kind of investment. And then next thing you got kids, right? Everyone wants kids, or do they have kids? Next thing you know, you're working, and then you're raising your kids, and you really got time. You're tired as fuck. You really have time to sit down,
learn, open a book, and
learn and then 100 people still do it, but the reality is, would you do it? A lot of because I know people that are gonna bash it to learn the language. Imagine being in their shoes, bro. A lot of people don't realize it like that. So when I really sat down and realized this, like all like the reality of it, it goes on. And now imagine you're 30, 40, you're paying off the house, you got 2 kids that are older. Do you really still going to sit down and learn that language? Yeah, you might. It's completely possible, but realistically, it's a lot harder compared to someone that comes here when, like when they're a lot younger. I have people, good people that come here.
And we know people from like elementary, like they came here when they're like 2 or 3 years old, and they grew up here.
And they got the chance to go to school and shit. Yeah. That's the blessing alone. You're kids, but there's plenty of cases and shit, even to this day, where they come here with their family and they're undocumented and they're like 14, 16, bro, they get straight to work.
Yeah.
There's no time to go to high school and shit.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of people like that. And it goes back to the same scenario I'm talking about. What are you going to do? Realistically, be a job that's going to accept you, a job that's going to, you can do, a job that, requires that language and shit. Some of them are working jobs that don't require that language, but you're still stuck in that cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Compared to the people that are like little and shit, when they come here as kids, it's a lot different. You can learn the language and shit.
Yeah. And I mean, with time and time, they do learn the language, but they learn to understand it and not really speak it. Because our mom, she can speak the language like barely, like at a beginner level and understand it. But, it's not like the top notch,
Yeah, like she can understand it fluently, but, her communication is different. Like a lot of people's, a lot of people. And then you got a lot of other people where they learn quite fluent English.
Yeah.
It just kicks differently for other people. Not even the resources and scenario and accessibility. It just kicks differently for some people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also it takes the fact that it's like, I could just go on with it. You know what I'm saying? Because when people bash older folks or established immigrants for not knowing the language, you're like, bro, imagine being in their shoes.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing they can't imagine, because that's saying that you don't know what a man's gone through if you've never been in their shoes. So they can't imagine. They can't think. Imagine what they've been through and all that stuff, But yeah.
Moral stories: compassionate for others, man.
Compassion.
Love.
Kindness. Spread love. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, man. You okay? Tired?
Yeah.
A little memes?
A little slumped.
Right, slumped, working hard, working at 9 to 5.
My 80-hour
work week. No. 80-hour work day.
Yeah. No, real quick, now you're trying to go in a full circle and shit. Is it, some jobs might not be hardcore and shit. My job's not that hardcore, but it's like mentally draining, and that's valid for you, man. If like, my shit coming out. Hello.
You hear it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. My bad. I got cut off. I don't know. We'll crop it. Point is, some jobs are stressful physically, mentally, both. No matter what it is, it's valid. You are valid for fucking resting, whatever job it is.
Yeah, get your rest, because I was talking about like my girl, that her job is like a desk job. She works at a medical office type of shit, and it's not that hard. She's not up and down and like picking us up, but she's on the computer and it's like she deals with like people on the phone type of shit, and that's mentally draining. And I've had a job like that, and I would come home, I was dead tired. I've been more tired with that type of job compared to being like a physical labor type of job, I'd come home, I'd like knock out and want to wake up to like almost the next day, like, damn, what the heck? And then I've had jobs where like I'm physically like working and then breaking my back, and then I'd be tired, come home, nap, and then get up and then, it's time to go to the gym or something like that, and then I'd be fine, But yeah, like people,
and then people handle these things differently. Everyone's different. I know there's plenty of people that was gonna say like, "Oh, you're just soft. You're just weak."
Soft. The trades, my brother. You got soft hands.
It's okay to admit you're tired too, bro. It's okay to take your shoes off and sit down for a second
and take a break at work.
Like I know y'all be running them 15 minutes up talking about, "Oh, I'm not lazy and shit."
I don't take my breaks.
Bro, it's a free break. Get off your feet for a little bit.
I work through lunch.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Text back your wife, bro.
Text back your wife. Tell her you love her.
Yeah, bro.
Or she's going to be cheating with your neighbor.
Is that why you're avoiding this one, Carlos?
Yeah, text her back.
I'm just kidding, bro. Point is, I'm all for the people. I'm all for the work. And it's okay. You did a good job, man. Look at me.
Look at his eyes. Look at him in the eyes.
You did a good job today.
It's
okay to rest.
No, that's real, because you need your rest. Like,
next thing you know,
there's no shame in that. Like, I haven't been shamed about it, but I hear about people like, oh, people give me shit for not doing overtime or not taking my for taking my breaks and type of shit. Like, take a day off too. Like, if you need that day off, just call off, man. If you have the time, you can take.
If you have the resources,
if you can afford it, But if you can't,
also that too, unfortunately, is a luxury too.
If you can, go ahead. But if you can't, then sucks, man.
Maybe try to like plan it out.
Get yourself some beer after work.
Yeah,
a little drink.
Whatever he said. And whatever you find to get your mind off things.
On video games, whatever, a gym,
Remember everything in moderation. But what's it called? I don't know. Maybe just fucking, you deserve that work day. Maybe plan out your week a little bit better so the entire day's for you.
Yeah.
But I know it's a lot harder for people that have kids and shit. Where, you deserve to have a day off and shit. take the kids with the baby daddy, take them to Suegra's house or some shit. You
Hey,
deserve this day.
Watch my niños.
I know you might have some vacation days, shorty. You need to use them and shit. You need to
go to Cali, go to Miami and get ran through. You know, do your
what the fuck? Okay, yeah,
take your time off. You know, live life a little.
Also, you know, just pick up a good book. You know, and then just
pick up a book, hit the library
entirely for yourself.
Because everything is fun when you got a library card.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, get some time off, get rest, you know, recuperate, take a day off.
Point is, you work hard and you deserve to rest
at
least once a day.
Yeah,
I mean once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah. I don't know. Point is, you need. There's no harm in you taking a day off for yourself.
Oh yeah, who was I talking with? Oh, anyways, we talked about it. We pretty much talked about it last week. How you know, you know, like it's and Latino parents like they like, oh, you're only working 3 days a week, making. Like you work your full day work in 3 days and type of shit. And like they give you slack for not working off like a whole week, you know,
a whole spread out week.
Yeah,
yeah, and then like it's not like that for everybody, you know. Some people can work at their jobs; they can work their overtime in like a few days and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Or overtime or not, man, you deserve the rest. Or even if you got a part-time job, shit, you got school. I don't know, fucking, it's your life, shorty. You deserve it.
Live it up, shorty. Like I said, go to Miami, get ran through.
No, or
if you're a dude, go hiking.
Take a Pilates class.